In this video, I am talking all about how to create the perfect workbook to offer as a freebie to your audience. So stay tuned if this is something that you want to create. This is the She Means Business Show, where we show you how to turn your ideas into reality and become a wildly successful entrepreneur. Carrie Green, She Means Business. Hey, it's Carrie here, founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and the author of She Means Business. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to create an amazing workbook that you can give away to your audience. I remember before I'd created my first workbook, I just didn't even know where to begin. I didn't know what to create. I just wanted someone to walk me step by step through the process. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Workbooks are something I love to create as a way to get people to sign up to my email list. They are powerful. So here is how you can create an amazing workbook for your audience. So the first tip I have for you is to get really clear on what it is you want to put inside of your workbook. What content are you going to be putting in it? The best way to figure this out is to ask yourself, okay, what are my audience's biggest frustrations that I could solve in a workbook for them? Or you could even put a survey together where you actually ask your audience what they want, what their biggest frustrations are, what they need help with right now, what they would love to learn more about. Ask them those questions and then take the top thing that comes through and use that and create the workbook off the back of it. So you want to create something that's going to be super compelling, really helpful for your audience, something they're going to absolutely love, and something that's going to be easy for you to create. So that is the first thing. Get really clear on what content you're going to be putting in your workbook that's going to really help help your audience the most. So my second point kind of runs off the first point, and it's that think through what is the transformation your audience are going to get when they consume your workbook. So what are they going to achieve? How is it going to help them? So think about where they're at before they've consumed your workbook and where they're going to be at once they've gone through your workbook. What is that transformation? Get really clear on that, because it's going to help you to create a really powerful workbook, but it's also going to help you when it comes to marketing your workbook. So think through what is a transformation my audience will get when they go through my workbook. So really simply, when I did a workbook which was to help people to achieve a really big goal and to make it happen, the frustration was that so many entrepreneurs aren't hitting their goals. Months and months go by, and they just kind of get so lost in building a business, they forget to take a step back and think about their goals and hit it. And so often we're so afraid to hit those really big goals. So that was the frustration my audience were experiencing. So my workbook was all about helping them to get really clear on hitting a big goal, giving them a deadline for when they need to hit it, and then helping them to map out the steps they needed to take in order to hit it. So the transformation was that they were going to go from not hitting their goal and lacking clarity to getting really lots of clarity, knowing what that goal is, and then hitting that goal. So think about the transformation your workbook is going to offer your audience. So my third tip for creating powerful workbooks is that you need to come up with a good name for your workbook. A name that is going to let people know what the workbook is really all about. So for example, I have a workbook that I've got put out there, which is your business growth game plan. Literally says what it is. It's not the most fancy name, it's not the most fun, but it tells people this is going to help you to plan out your business growth plan. So think of a name that's going to help people to see what they are going to get from your workbook. The clearer you are on things like that, the more likely it is that someone is going to sign up to access it, because yes, okay, that's what I need. That's what I really need for me right now. So the fourth thing I want to share is that you need to make your workbook simple. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. You don't have to go into loads of depth with it. The biggest tip I could give you right now is that the simpler you make it and the easier you make it for people to take action, the more they are going to get from your workbook, the more results they're going to get, and the more then it's going to reinforce to them that, oh my gosh, this is amazing, this is what I really need, I love this, and I want more from this person. If you make something that's 100 pages long, hardly anyone is going to read to the end, and then they're not going to get the value out of it, and then it's going to go into the side, it's going to gather dust, and they won't get that value, so then you're not reinforcing to them, wow, this is so amazing, this is really helping me in some way. So make it short and sweet and simple and easy for people to get a quick win from your workbook. A really great way to do this is to structure it like this. First off, you want to create your intro to the workbook, and in the intro, obviously, you're going to be like, thank you so much for accessing this workbook. I'm so excited you're here. This workbook is all about helping you to get from here to here, and like say the transformation they're going to get by consuming your workbook. And then you could also break down, here is what this workbook is going to help you to do. By the end of this workbook, you will have experienced this, and just write out how it's really going to help them, what the wins are going to be for them, why they should even bother going through the workbook in the first place. So just the intro is to make it super compelling for them, to really excite them and make them really ready to consume the information that you've created. So create a really short but powerful intro for them, and then get into the juicy information that you have for them. So the fifth and final tip is to make sure that the look and feel of your workbook is amazing and is completely aligned with your brand. So from the fonts you're using, the colors you're using, the way you're laying the whole thing out, make sure it looks amazing. Like, no one wants to download a really boring worksheet that looks like something you'd get in school. Like, don't do that. Make it look beautiful. This is an experience for your audience, so wow them with it. And one thing I would say to avoid is solid colors. If you don't want to create an entirely pink page, for example, that people are going to print off. Talking about printing, you could also create your workbook so that it's something they can fill in online rather than, or on their computer, as opposed to having to print it off and then write on it. Although I do love those ones the best. So yeah, make sure it looks beautiful and it really aligns with your brand and it's going to resonate with your audience. So those are my tips for creating an amazing workbook. To help you even more with this, I am sharing with you a training that we have inside of the Members Club. So it's a paid training, but it's going to teach you how to actually physically create your workbook. So if you don't know how to do it, if you don't know how to design it, if you don't know how to actually physically put it together, this video is going to walk you step by step through it and show you exactly how to do it. It is an amazing training. The link is below for you to download it. You just need to put your name and email address in and we'll send it right over to you. So definitely check it out, because it's part of our paid stuff inside the Members Club. So you're gonna get it for free. Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Also, be sure to go and check out some other videos I created which are on this topic. One of those videos is all about ideas for creating your freebies to get people to sign up to your email list. And the other video is all on how you can actually promote your freebies, how you actually get people to sign up for them once you've created them. So go and check those out and I will see you in the next video.